Turkey. Bowls. I wasn't expecting the intro to end that early. Ooh, welcome into the PHNX Daily Bet Show, brought to you by the one and only DraftKings Sportsbook app, America's top-rated sportsbook app. Don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe if you're new, and leave a 5-star review. Johnny Venerable, I am joined by, and we have some breaking news. Devin Booker is going to be out at least 4 more weeks.
Whatever.
Really? Just a shrug?
I thought you were going to say something more like 4 months or something like that. It's the NBA regular season. I know it's important, but I mean, in the long run, for Devin Booker, who's going to have to carry this team to an NBA championship if it happens, giving him some time off during the season, I don't think it's the worst thing in the world. And I think it gives clarity to some of the guys who may be able to or not help this roster win in the meantime. I think we're going to have a good litmus test here before the trade deadline of who's going to carry their shit and who needs to get the hell out and who needs to be moved. So,
hey, can we trade somebody, Phoenix? Can we trade somebody? That'd be fun. I'm so sick of it. You can get less sick of it if you just fade the Suns on the DraftKings Sportsbook app for a little bit, I guess. I don't know. Maybe not. Dwayne Washington Jr. might be him. We'll see. Watch the Sun Show for more information on that. But for more information on betting stuff, it's right here. And when you download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use that promo code PHNX, you can bet just $5 on any team the Suns is playing money line. Get $150 in free bets or any other team's money line. And if they do win, you get $150 in free bets with that promo code PHNX only at the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Yeah, we got some Saturday NFL. We got some bowl games coming up. It's a really good time to bet on sports, junior hockey, all that. So yeah, download it today. Use the promo code PHNX. But just a reminder, minimum age and eligibility restrictions apply. And see those show notes for more details. Johnny, we got 4 bowl games today. One of them's good. The rest are kind of.
I would say two or three of them are pretty solid.
Yeah, it's pretty solid. What are we settling, Johnny? Is this us settling?
Oregon UNC is good, and Texas Tech Ole Miss is good.
Texas Tech Ole Miss is fine.
All right, Dick. Let's get into this.
Well,
these are teams that we watch. Here's how I know it's a good bowl game. If I watched you at all during the regular season, did I watch Panera Bread versus UTEP State, collegiate?
Were you watching?
No, I did not.
Were you watching Tech and Ole Miss regularly?
I watched a lot of Ole Miss. Actually, I lost a lot of money on Ole Miss this year, but I'm not going to make that mistake today. But yeah, Ole Miss is fun as hell. Lane Kiffin, you didn't watch any Ole Miss football this year?
They do score. Yeah, I guess that's a fine game. There's 2 fine games, and then the other 2 are pretty stinky. Oregon and UNC. Drake Maye and Bo Nix both opting to play. That should be fun. Obviously, Oregon, the big story is Kenny Dillingham, their OC, no longer with them because he's here, and we love him. How is that going to affect the offense? I mean, we saw some – does Dan Lanning have what it takes to call the shots for this game? Or
I don't think you're going to see the start of the deterioration of Oregon's offense until next year. Kenny's imprint is still on this team. It's still on the coaching staff. It's still, most importantly, on the quarterback, who is a really nice player who's announced he's coming back next year. But I think there'll be enough carryover. UNC is not good defensively. And they've had a nice year, but they're in the ACC. Right, they actually played some tough competition. They somehow got first in the ACC because Clemson collapsed, but I mean they're fine. They gave up 39 to Clemson though, and I think Oregon and Clemson are very comparable programs at this point. I know they've had 6 weeks off to prepare for this game. I think this is going to be a showcase of what Kenny Dillingham brought to the table. On top of the fact that Oregon's a top tier Pac-12 program, but they're a second tier national contender. So whatever. I think the offense will be fine.
Yeah. Speaking of Clemson, Johnny, I want to ask you this question. Obviously, DJ Uiagalelei is now an Oregon State Beaver.
Yeah.
Bo Nix coming back. Caleb Williams still at USC. Dante Moore flipping to UCLA, probably going to start, hopefully going to start. Does the Pac-12 have the best quarterbacks in any Power 5 conference?
They do, unequivocally. And they give you context because I don't think anybody looks at the Pac-12 defensively and says they're a great defense, right? And it's a lot of what we saw once upon a time from the Big 12 with Lincoln Riley and company. You knew Baker Mayfield and Kyler Murray and Jalen Hurts. These guys could really play because they were in shootouts every week. And that's what I want for my quarterback. Whereas in not so much the ACC, but certainly in the SEC, we don't know how good these quarterbacks are. They're on stacked squads. Now, Will Levis, I would put an asterisk because the Kentucky team in general isn't top tier. But I love watching Pac-12 football because I know unequivocally, like Caleb Williams has to win shootouts, right? Bo Nix, for the most part, it's got to win shootouts against the Washingtons of the world. The offenses are very prolific in the Pac-12. So, yes, I think it's the best conference for quarterbacks right now. I think it's overtaken the Big 12.
Yeah. As you mentioned, Washington, Michael Penix coming back, and then Shadur Sanders, if you're into that, is going to be at Colorado. I don't know how good he's going to be. Fox Sports has him as a favorite to win the Heisman next year, which is just crazy to me.
What the? Is Caleb Williams not coming? USC is going undefeated in the regular season next year. They are not losing a regular season game. Lincoln Riley took some players from another administration and almost went undefeated.
Yeah, I mean, he's getting his this year. I think they're going to be good. The Pac-12 is fun. Only one Pac-12 team playing today, but lots of other bowls to cover. Johnny, we'll start with you. What do you like the most today?
I like three. I'm not going to say three outright winners, but I like UFC to upset Duke, and you can get plus money on that right now. That game's kicked off, and UFC's already at midfield. You're welcome, America. I'm not buying this Duke program. They got off to a fast start. UCF is a really nice collegiate program that is consistently ranked. I like their quarterback play. Plumlee, Harvey in the backfield. I think we're going to see some points today. I think UCF, if I can get plus money on UCF, I'm going to take it. I also like UNC plus 13.5. We talked about it. Ole Miss, not great defensive, Oregon, not great defensively. However, this spread's too high. I don't think Oregon, without Kenny Dillingham, is going to have any problem winning this game, but that's a lot of points, 2 touchdowns. I think UNC gets a backdoor cover. What I was going to say is I like Arkansas significantly over Kansas, -2. I think Kansas is very much lucky to be here out of the Big 12, whereas Arkansas played that rigorous schedule. I mean, go look back at some of the teams that Arkansas played. They have the same record. They're not the same caliber of team. And then, as I mentioned, I've watched a lot of Ole Miss games this year. The over always hits. Let me repeat that. The over hits in almost every single game. And while this is not Cliff Kingsbury's Texas Tech Raiders, they're still known to put up some points. They beat the holy hell out of Texas earlier this year. Go look back at some of Ole Miss's point totals from this year. Against Arkansas, they gave up 42. Against Alabama, they gave up 30. Against Auburn, they gave up 34. Against Vanderbilt, 28, right? So now they can put up points with the best of them because they've got Lane and company, and I think maybe some future NFL skill players. But I think this is going to be a back-and-forth affair, and I think the over has a chance to hit fairly early in the fourth quarter today, Shano. Texas Tech's legitimate offensively.
Yeah, I like those picks. There's one in there that I don't. Actually, there's a couple in there that I don't. We disagree on 2 of them, but let's just get into my picks for the day. Big fan of Oregon today. I almost said Luke Maye. Drake Maye is fine. I think he's good. Luke Maye might be a better quarterback. Luke Maye, the Wolf boy that played for UNC, who was very good at basketball, who's his brother.
Why is he a Wolf boy? What does that mean?
Because he's really hairy. Bo Nix is the better quarterback. I think Oregon's offensive line is just going to dominate in the trenches today. I think they cover that pretty easily. And then Kansas, my boys, Kansas. Boy, it's time for some magic. You said Arkansas had a tough schedule. They lost to Liberty, Johnny Venerable.
That was early.
No, it wasn't. That was 4 games ago.
That was midseason.
I'm taking Kansas, and the magic is still there. Plus 120. I don't know. It's bowl season. Weird things happen. And then I meant to have Ole Miss -3.5 on here, not Duke because the game started. But we can take Duke. Why not? Duke's now -6.5, Johnny. So yeah, sure. I meant to have Duke on there. Let's go with that.
Good. Get that. It's probably plus 200 right now, so you can get UCF. Take UCF.
Yeah, you can get UCF at plus 205. You can also do flash props right now. I love these so much, like drive results and stuff. Right now, you can bet on the on Duke to score a touchdown at -120, field goal attempt at plus 135. You can throw $10 on them to punt at plus 3,000, win $300 if they like fumble the snap backwards for 40 yards. Could happen. Who knows? It's college season. Johnny, anything else before you get out of here?
Yeah, I'm feverishly refreshing the DraftKings Sportsbook app in preparation for Cardinals Falcons. And we're going to have our definitive Friday football preview show. But I teased something on my Twitter, and I think it's real, and I think it's fantastic. If DraftKings allows for it, we're going to get a J.J. Watt anytime touchdown in the next 2 weeks following his retirement that I would imagine is going to be in the vicinity of plus 800, plus 1,200. The minute that becomes available, I want everybody to take a 5 spot and put that down, and you're welcome. That's all I have to say.
We should contact them to see if we can make sure that because we were able to do that with the
Shane has
DeAndre Ayton,
contact. Yeah, let's get that done because they're gonna try it. Now, can the bumblefuck Cardinals get into the red zone? I don't know. Is Trace McSorley playing or is it Colt McCoy? But you can't tell me if they're in the red zone and they go heavy set, number 99 is not going to be an eligible receiver. No chance they don't do that. And if Cliff doesn't, he should be fired yesterday.
All right. I know we haven't talked about NBA at all, but I need to talk about this because I was watching the game last night.
Okay.
Dude, Luka Doncic is fucking unbelievable.
Here's what I will say.
Uh-oh.
No, I'm going to be positive here. It's easy to hate him if you're a Suns fan, and I get it.
Yeah.
He is so likable off the court.
Yes.
He said he was going to have a recovery beer, and then there's photos of him slamming beers today.
Even if he's not playing your team, he's lovable on the court.
He is.
The game tying put back after the missed free throw he had, after he hit it, he was like doing this, like freaking out. It's awesome. It's 60 points, 21 boards, 15 assists or something. It's stupid. It's stupid. I live bet them when they were down 6 with 4 minutes to go at plus 350 on the DraftKings Sportsbook app, the Mavericks that is. And then they got up to the league got up to 11 and it was like plus 1,000. I was like, crap. And if I would have gotten into that, that's why I love the DraftKings Sportsbook app, because it's fast and it's so easy to bet on games live, especially the NBA.
There is the most underrated quality you can have in sports is being relatable, and he is relatable, and that's what makes people root for him, and that's what makes people like him, and because he looks like every guy at playing basketball in their oversized gym shorts at the YMCA, except he's elite, and he might be the best player in the NBA right now.
Yeah. Totally agree. All right. Well, you can follow me on Twitter at Shane D. If you can follow Johnny on Twitter at Johnny Venerable, you can follow the show on Twitter at PHNX_bets. We're here every Monday through Friday at noon on the PHNX Sports 2 channel, except not tomorrow, because we'll be doing a show on Friday and Saturday. Friday, obviously, previewing the NFL slate, and then Saturday, previewing the Final Four and all of that comes with the national championship. Johnny,
we love you, Jim Harbaugh. Jim Harbaugh's in the Valley Saturday. Never let him leave.
Never let him
Hey,
leave.
Here's a hot tip real quick. Sean Payton, I also heard is going to be at that game, TCU against Michigan. I think he's got some family that plays for TCU potentially. So we're going to get ahead of that. We got 2 coaches. We should lock them up. Don't let them leave.
Yeah, just keep them in the State Farm holding cell they got there at the stadium. All right. Well, we will see you on Friday. But until then, peace, love, and lock up Jim Harbaugh and Sean Payton in a cell underneath State Farm Stadium in Glendale.